and welcome to our summer 2023 Tufts College Experience Pre-College Programs um, virtual open house. I'm Ariana Wilson, the director of Tufts Pre-College Programs, along with my colleagues. We're excited to take you through tonight's overview of our college experience pre-college programs. We hope tonight's session will help you learn more about our academically challenging and uniquely rewarding summer programs, including Tufts Summer Accelerator, Tufts College Experience, and our always popular selection of courses at Tufts for high schoolers. Not only do we have a lot of great information for you tonight, but we're also looking forward to letting you drive the second half of this session by asking questions of our pre-college team members. As we talk through each of the programs tonight, please feel free to enter any questions in the Q&A section of the Zoom, and we'll keep track and make sure we answer all your questions during following the overviews. With that, let's get started and meet the team for tonight's session.
Alrighty. Hi, everyone. My name is Ken. I am a pre-college program administrator here at Tufts Pre-College. Been with the team for about a little over a year, and this will be my second summer with you all, and it's nice to meet you all.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah Jacoby Brooks. I am the TCE, Tufts College Experience, and the TSA, Tufts Summer Accelerator program lead. I've been now with this team. This will be my second year. Last year, I was a classroom assistant. So new year, new role. I'm very excited to talk to everyone.
Thanks, team. We are very excited to have Ken and Hannah back on with us this summer. For tonight, as I mentioned, we're just going to go over our programs for a brief minute or two, or three or four. We'll talk you through just some high level pieces of those programs, the Tufts College Experience, Tufts Summer Accelerator, and then we will take you through just some details of the application process, and then we'll turn it over to you all so you can ask some questions. I will now turn things over to Ken as he'll take you through the high level details of our signature summer program, Tufts College Experience.
Thanks, Ariana. So hi again, and welcome to tonight's overview of Tufts College Experience. So this curated college prep program is open to rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors who are looking to immerse themselves in an authentic college experience. As the foundation of the program, students enroll in 2 4-credit courses out of over 50 courses available to high school students this summer in over 20 different departments. Through TCE, you can explore new subject areas and take a class that is generally not offered in high school, such as Origins of Electronic Music or Introduction to Virtual Reality, or you can knock out some of your future undergrad requirements like classes such as Principles of Chemistry, Introductory Physics, etc., or Calculus 1, etc. Most of our classes are regular undergraduate courses taught by Tufts world-renowned faculty. So do note that we provide Tufts credit for these courses, but if you don't enroll at Tufts, you'll need to check with that institution that you do enroll with to see if they accept the courses for their specific curriculum requirements. We also offer 4 pre-college Hallmark courses that are also college-level courses specifically designed for and offered to high school students. You'll hear a bit more about these later when we discuss courses at Tufts more in depth. In addition to the 2 courses you selected, TCE students may also enroll for free in our admission essay writing workshop, in which students will develop a fully formed college admissions essay by the end of the workshop. On Fridays, all TCE students will attend our College Prep 101 workshop, which is broken up into 2 sections, admissions prep and college exploration. The morning sessions will be led by Tufts staff, and students will explore and teach and learn valuable skills necessary for college, like how to choose your major or how to write an effective resume. Every Friday afternoon, students will take a tour of different Boston area colleges or universities, getting a better idea of the similarities and differences amongst our esteemed greater Boston area universities. And in the past, these universities have included Amherst College, Williams College, Boston College, Harvard, etc. On this summer's TCE campus, high school students from around the world will have the opportunity to study with a combination of Tufts students, faculty, and staff. At the end of the program, TCE students will receive Tufts credit for successful completion of their coursework, and they will be able to request an official Tufts transcript. So as you can see on the screen, we'll take a quick look at what a typical week might look like for a TCE student. Keep in mind that your schedule will vary based on your course and workshop selections, as well as the extracurriculars you choose to attend. In this case, after having breakfast, this student blocks out time for some homework before they attend their first course. Once their first class wraps up, the student heads off to lunch before their college admissions essay workshop in the afternoon, followed by a big block of free time to just do homework or hang out with friends, etc. So after that R&R, the student finishes their day with the second course. Remember, these are fully fledged undergraduate courses. Typically, each course will require a substantial amount of out-of-class work each week, as reflected on the sample syllabus and on the sample schedule. Now, I'll turn things back over to Ariana, our pre-college programs director, to talk through our 2-week program, Tufts Summer Accelerator.
Thanks, Ken. So as Ken said, next up is our Tufts Summer Accelerator. This program has a lot of similarities to our Tufts College experience. In fact, we created it with the idea that it would kind of be reminiscent of TCE, but in a shorter format. The accelerator will be offered in residential, commuter, or virtual modalities. You'll see in a minute, different seminars are offered in different modalities during different sessions. And this program is broken into two-week sessions. So you can choose to take up to two-week sessions for a total of 4 weeks, or you can take one or the other. During the program, students will choose 2 focused seminars from a wide variety of topics, including anything from neuroscience to criminal justice reform. These seminars really represent the breadth of the research being conducted at Tufts, as they stem from real studies conducted by the faculty who are teaching the seminar. In addition to academic seminars, like in Tufts College Experience, students will also participate in social activities and Friday College Prep 101 sessions, which will include the afternoon tours of area colleges, as Ken said, as well as admissions-related sessions. Our goal for Tufts Summer Accelerator is to give students an opportunity to really explore their academic interests while having that same immersive college life experience that Tufts College Experience offers, but for those students who might not be able to commit to a full 6 weeks. We know that college prep is important to many of our students, so they'll have a chance to join these critical Friday sessions and get a leg up on their college application process. As you can see, the sample schedule is quite simple. The student takes their morning seminar during the morning block, breaks for lunch, then resumes with the afternoon seminar, with the rest of the time for social activities and leisure time. The exception is on Friday, where the students will join TCE for College Prep 101.
Alrighty, thanks, Ariana. So now I'm just going to dive in a little bit about courses at Tufts for high school students. It's also called a CATHS or CAFS. So through CAFS, students can enroll in one of more than 130 courses for high schoolers throughout the summer across 2 sessions, summer session 1, summer session 2. Some students enroll in summer session 12 as well for 6 weeks. So students can earn up to 10 credits per session. The full list of courses can be found at courses.tufts.edu. Currently, you will be able to choose from on-campus, hybrid, and many virtual courses this summer. Students will receive Tufts credit upon successful completion of the courses and may request a transcript at the end of the program. Enrollment in any Session 2 course at Tufts allows students to take advantage of the college prep workshops. Our admissions essay writing workshop is available to CAF students free of charge as well. CAF students may also enroll in College Prep 101 workshop for an additional fee. A feature of courses at Tufts for high schoolers is our pre-college hallmark courses, such as Health Science Honors, Foundations of Law and Ethics, Bioinformatics Inquiry through Sequencing, and the Tufts Summer Writing Program, also known as Writing Persuasive Prose. Designed specifically for high schoolers, meant to bridge the gap between high school and college. These are taught by brilliant visiting faculty who have experience designing courses for a high school age audience. These are top quality courses taught by world-renowned Tufts faculty who are among the most respected members of their field.
Thanks, Ken. So shifting gears a little bit, in order to participate in any of these programs, you need to start with the application process, one of the most important parts. So first things First, you'll head to our application landing page to register for your account. You can find that link on all of our program websites at Apply Now. Once you register, you can log into the system and start your application. You'll put in some basic personal info, family information, and then you'll select your program. To supplement your application, you'll also be asked to provide contact information for a recommender and a school official who will upload your transcript. Some programs may require additional application materials, such as lab preferences or a brief personal statement, or the level of experience in a particular content area, or for example, in TSA, your seminar selections rather. As part of your application, a parent or guardian will also need to fill out the parent permission form, and your recommender and school official will be prompted to upload your letter of recommendation and your transcript, respectively. Once we receive these materials, we'll return your admissions decision within 10 days, and upon admission, you'll be asked to submit your deposit and some enrollment information, followed by full payment, and just like that, you'll be ready to study with Tufts. I will now turn things over to you all for the Q&A portion of the evening. We also wanted to let you know that after Q&A, you'll have the opportunity to meet and ask questions of one of our TSA seminar instructors, Jennifer Rivers Cole, who will be teaching natural resource materials of everyday life in TSA session 2. So she has kindly joined us to give an overview of her seminar and let those who are interested ask questions. The question is, I believe there's no college credit available for the Summer Accelerator program. Are those classes graded in any way? So that is correct. There is no college credit that is awarded for our Summer Accelerator program at this time. The classes are not graded in a traditional sense, but students do get feedback from their instructors, and depending on how the seminar is run, students will submit materials or classroom assignments, and we'll get feedback. To note, you also will have the ability to have that on a college transcript. So regardless of whether or not pre-college programs offer credit, you still are offered a transcript, a Tufts transcript that says notes your participation in the program.
So the next question I see here in the Q&A section, what do kids do during their free time other than homework? So we do have Res Life activities in the afternoon, sometimes with RAs, students have like movie nights, different things like that, activities. On the weekend, if they're residential students, they do field trips to the Boston area. Last year, I believe they went to Crane Beach in the North Shore. That was pretty cool. So definitely we have planned activities for students outside of the academic hours. See one in, that says, will we be told what we are supposed to bring or pack? Yes, and they're on the website, but you'll also receive communication once you're enrolled in programs, essentially the packing list that we recommend students to bring, such as like notebooks, pens, or maybe a laptop, things like that, or other things like maybe a bathing suit if you want to go to the pool at the Tufts gym, or something like that. But yeah, all students will receive a packing list.
If a student would like to see a family member who lives in the Boston area for a short time, how would that work? Yeah, that is completely possible. We work with a Res Life team who has a process for signing in and out students. We also have at the beginning of programming, students fill out forms and unsupervised or supervised offsite consent form. But if a student is individually leaving to, go outside of the Tufts area, you would have to sort of provide that permission, and then we would have the sign in and sign out process. People have also done things like gone to weddings and stuff like that. So we can definitely be very accommodating to those.
Are there openings still in the Accelerator residential program? Yes, we have openings in TSA. How rigorous is the intro to physics class? Is it high school level or college level? So it is undergraduate level, so college level. So physics 1 is essentially the first semester of physics that's offered to undergraduates. Generally, however, for high school students to be taking this course, we do look at the student's transcript to make sure have they at least taken one physics course or anything related to math and other types of like engineering, for example. But however, if you want to learn more about the specific course and it's perhaps the syllabus, if you'd like to see it in advance, you can reach out to us at precollege@tufts.edu, and we can put you in contact with the actual professor who will be teaching that course to see if it's suitable. Is there also a Tufts research program? Yes, we do have the Tufts Summer Research Experience program. We also do have lab science investigations, which is another great research related program. Will students be able to live on campus during the program? And if so, are pre-college program students going to be dorming with students from other programs? So yes and yes. For TCE and TSA, students can opt to be residential students and live in one of the Tufts dorms, and they can dorm with students in their program, or usually with TCE, TSA students, they can end up dorming with students with from other programs as well. So we try to kind of like mix the hallways with different students just to have them mingle and meet other students across different programs for the summer. See a different question in the meantime. Are TCE courses offerings finalized? Are there other courses they will be that will still be offered that are not listed? So good question. So in the next couple of weeks, I believe another wave of kind of like updates are sent to professors where they list any additional courses or any finalized details. So I think we're in March. Usually we would get another wave around mid-April of additional listings. But at this point, if anything, there'll be additional courses or just the changing of the meeting times and locations of the courses is what most likely would change. Um, but there might be a couple of additional courses, particularly in the STEM courses, kind of like math, and usually physics or computer science tends to conform their courses towards April. So yeah, that will be updated on the website.
How the virtual TSA classes work? Will there be additional courses in TSA added? So at this point, no, there will not be any additional seminars added. We did have a robust selection to choose from, and just based on the projected enrollment and how many kids we can take, we have selected these for this year. The virtual classes, so some seminars are offered in a totally virtual format, some are offered in a hybrid format, and some are offered in just a on-campus format. So if all of your students likely have had experience with hybrid and virtual, being in the pandemic years. So if a student is on campus but taking a virtual class or a virtual seminar, which is possible, they'll just have the opportunity to take that class from the library or from their dorm room or from wherever they are on campus. If your student is a totally virtual student, obviously they'll take their seminar, the virtual seminars, in that way too. Same thing with hybrid. So sometimes students will be in the classroom with other students zooming in through the virtual format. So hybrid course means that there are students both sitting in a classroom and virtually online. So the course will be taught in a format that is accessible to both audiences, but some students will be in person and some students will be virtual. And do students in virtual courses ever meet in person? I would say no. It may depend on the courses. If you're taking like a course at Tufts for high schoolers, there may be an opportunity, but likely not. So how does financial aid work for TCE? And this is in the same way that it works for all of our programs, that in your pre-college application, it asks if you would like to apply for aid. And when you check the box, a financial aid application will be put on your status portal. You'll fill out some financial and family household information, and then that form will be reviewed to see if you are eligible for aid to be allocated. Our Tufts Summer Research Experience, students do research during the year or during the summer with Tufts principal investigators faculty, and they participate in their daily research. We do have an academic year research program, Tufts Research Experience, to just take out the summer, where students sometimes apply to continue the research with the professor. It is part of the program, so it's not independent research with that's outside of our programming, but we do facilitate that continuation of, or we can facilitate that continuation of programming if a student is interested in pursuing that.
Here, how are students matched with other students to room together? Um, First, having to do with the dates, right? So usually we try to match students that have like concurrent dates, so like 2-week programs that match with other 2-week programs and whatnot, or 6-week programs, etc. But also there are surveys that go out before the summer for preferences or any sort of accommodations or needs that the students has in terms of like the rooming. So we will gather that information and then kind of place you with a roommate.
Most of the time, students are roomed with other students in their own programs. And they're also, we have 2, maybe 3 dorms this year that we are going to utilize, depending on our enrollment during each session. But you'll be in a dorm with students that are participating in programs during your own session, and also your program students will all be in the same dorm together. Hannah, anything you think anyone should know about TC or TSA?
Well, I think one thing I found like really endearing about the TCE students is just how close they all got, like as people going through this like very same experience, and they were all like teary-eyed at the end of the program, which was like kind of beautiful for all these high schoolers who've never met, who come to like one place and learn together and like become really fast friends. That's like kind of magical. But aside from like the seminars, which are like fascinating, I really love the social life that the students experience, like going to lunch together every single day, doing res life. It feels much more of like a college experience, you know?
Again, there was a question about taking the college writing course and the college readiness course in the college experience. So for Ken answered the question in the chat, but College Prep 101 is innately part of the TSA and TCE experience. So all students are registered and will participate in it. The writing workshop, the admissions essay writing workshop, is an optional opportunity that TCE and CATHS students have. It is a great benefit. We have had really good outcomes, and the professor who's been teaching it, who also teaches persuasive prose, which is our Tufts summer writing homework course, has been here for a really long time and has gotten really rave reviews on that workshop. So it's not mandatory to take the admissions essay writing, but the kind of purpose of it is that you come out of it with a full-fledged college application essay, which is definitely a benefit. And the College Prep 101 is definitely a real benefit to students who are coming. It's really focused on the admissions process and kind of getting a sense of what college is like. We talk to advisors, freshman advisors, who are faculty members, as well as students, as well as staff members, who kind of can really take you through the process. What is the earliest you can check in? We do have an arrival window for residential students on each Sunday of the program, although if you're a TCE student or a TSRE student, you will start on Monday, July 3rd. I believe it's a 10 to 2 window of arrival. We will send all of that information, and we'll also be requesting information from you if you're driving or you're flying or you're taking trains. Our residential staff does accommodate all kind of pickups of students who are coming in on public transportation, and then we will also will accommodate the driving pickups or drop-offs as you come in.
We have a question about what will students learn during the College Prep 101 course? And short answer is so many things, but here's the long answer. So far we are planning the schedule of having a bunch of different workshops about applying for colleges, like financial aid, admissions, picking a major, social life. And then we also have Tufts community members like the Women's Center, and then like the LGBT Center and the Latinx Center also possibly coming in to like really give everyone a full-fledged look of what college will look like. We're also going to be having college visits to nearby schools like Harvard and MIT Northeastern. It's a couple things. And I think another main thing is just like working on your college admissions essay as well. That's another thing. And whatever else that people are interested in learning, we can also make an addendum if you're like really into learning about sports and financial aid for sports scholarships. We can also discuss Division I and Division II athletics. So we're pretty open to making this work for you.
Do TCE students have access to the music department? If you're referring to like taking courses in the music department, then yes. Students are able to take courses that are offered by the music department in the summer session too. Um,
And also students, just like any Tufts student, are able to reserve music rooms in the music department. So you can reserve performance rooms or any of the sort of resources and access that we have to our music department. Is their schedule for the other school tours, and last year there were several virtual visits, and there will be more in-person visits this summer. I think last year everyone was kind of getting through the COVID times, but we will definitely have in-person visits to local area schools, as Hannah mentioned. And the other question, will students have a chance to talk to anyone who works in admissions and learn more about the process? Yes, that's a critical part of the college prep 101. There's sort of a Tufts admissions series where they go through the admissions process, how Tufts actually like selects students, how student applications come in, and then some critical pieces to consider for your college application. How many students do you expect to have on campus for the Accelerator program? We are currently projecting for about 60 kids in each session. That can go up and down, and as many as can enroll in our seminars. We do like to have our seminars less than 20 students each, so we distribute likewise. If we do grow up beyond those numbers, we have seminars that may be added, but as I said earlier, it's likely that the seminar list will stay the same, but about 60 students in each session, I would expect.
let's see, question, if students are residential, will they get a meal plan and eat in the dining halls? And is that meal plan part of the tuition? Yes. If you are a residential student, you will get a meal plan covering breakfast, lunch, dinner for the student to enjoy with their friends.
And if you're a commuter student, you'll also get lunch as part of your tuition. So students who are commuters will get to go to the dining hall for lunch during the program day. All right. If we don't have any more general questions, I just really want to thank you all for joining us tonight and for all of your great questions. If you think of anything after this call, you can always contact us and follow up on our social media, stay up to date, ask questions, call us, come into our office. We're at 108 Packard Ave. As I mentioned, as an added bonus tonight, we have one of our Tufts Summer Accelerator seminar instructors, Jennifer Rivers Cole, here to give an overview of and answer questions about her seminar, Natural Resource Materials of Everyday Life. I'll let her introduce herself more fully in a minute, but Jennifer is a lecturer in the Department of Biology in our School of Arts and Sciences, and we're super fortunate to have her teaching one of our interesting seminars this summer. This is Jennifer, and I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ariana. And sorry, I was going to go in and change that, but I didn't know if I should. So thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. And Ariana and the panelists deserve a lot of credit for making this such an interesting and lively situation. So I won't talk too long about this because I know nobody needs more Zoom time, but I'll tell you that this is a course that everyone should take, everyone on the planet. It's maybe not something that you think of at first glance. You're thinking of physics, environmental science, that sort of thing. But this is a course that's kind of a thinly veiled geology course. And the first day I walk in and tell students, I'll give you an automatic A in this whole class. And this is a course that I teach at Harvard University. I have taught at Mass College of Art and Design. I've taught at Boston College, and now I'm bringing it to Tufts. If you can find one item in this room that did not either come directly from a mine or was processed using using something from a mine. And so we look around at everything and we see, from this pencil to the wallboard behind us, it is all from a mine. So as we talk about things like climate change, as we talk about dwindling natural resources, as we talk about pollution of many different types, including plastic pollution, to start talking about this pollution, to start talking about the problems that face humanity in this century, without talking about the root causes and the places where these things come from, is like picking up a book and starting to read the book halfway along. So it gives you a really great view of all of the different things that surround you, whether it's in your medicine cabinet, in your bed, and in your kitchen, everywhere. So in this accelerator course, we are going to do a lot of walking. We're going to go around and look at Boston. So we will go on an architectural tour of Boston, but not about the architecture. It'll be about the rocks and minerals that we use to build this city, and how that differs from other cities. We look at photography, film, video. We go to the Harvard Art Museum and look at the Forbes pigment collection. All of the things that dye our fabrics, our fibers, our clothing, all come from mines. And we do a couple of projects in this course that I think are really fun. To get your feet wet, we pick up something around us, and we call it our favorite object. So we'll all pick up some people use their phone, some people use something as simple as a pencil. And this is your favorite object. And so we start looking at it. What is this? What goes into this? So for the example of the pencil, where's graphite from? It's a weakly metamorphosed rock or mineral. And then the wood, where's that from? The ink and the dye and the metal stamping on the pencil, the crimping here, the eraser. What is all this? So we start thinking about our favorite objects just in terms of disassembling them in our minds and figure out what are these things. And then as we get more into the accelerator, as we get into the early August days, we'll go into great detail about each one of the items that makes up your favorite object. So that's what we do. And it is, again, great fun. It kind of gives you X-ray vision, because you'll never look at anything the same way again. As you start looking around, you think about the materials, and then also the things that go into the materials. Energy, where's that energy from? Is it coal? Is it natural gas? What is it doing to the environment? And water use and water pollution. So I guess I'll stop there for now, but it really is such a fun course. And it is a joy to be teaching it in the summer and to be able to go out on bunches of field trips and to look at things all around the campus and beyond in the great Boston area. So if anyone has questions, I'm happy to entertain them. And Ariana, I don't know if you have anything else that you'd like me to say about the class.
No, thank you so much for that introduction. It sounds really interesting. I find with reading all of these seminar descriptions and hearing about them from our staff and faculty, that I want to take them all.
I know, I always want to take them all too. Yeah.
I have a question that's like kind of, it's weird. So my question, how does teaching this course vary from teaching it at like Mass Art with a bunch of artists to teaching it at like Harvard or like now at Tufts? How is it different working with these different people?
Hannah, that's such a great question. I was teaching environmental science, and I teach some marine courses at Mass Art. And a student came up to me in the hallway and said, you know, you should teach us a class that tells us about all of our art materials and what the impact is on Earth and what the impact is on our health, because they're always worried and concerned about that, very guilty consciences at Mass Art. So I call it the Curtis Turner class there, because it is all focused on the majors at Mass Art. So material, so fashion, fibers, looking at industrial design, looking at architecture, they all will be grouped into groups, and they give presentations not only on their favorite item, but on what is in their studio. What sorts of materials did they use? So it was such a well-received course that I've been teaching at Harvard for 10 years. I was in Earth and Planetary Sciences, and now I am in the grad school of sustainability. And I said to the director, this course is really something that we should offer, because we do a lot of life cycle analysis, supply chain management, all of that kind of stuff. And again, to talk about the pollution aspects, the political aspects, the supply chain aspects, without getting to the root, sort of material base, is like reading a book, starting it halfway through. And so the director said, yeah, put it on the books. And so then I thought, oh gosh, I have to totally scrap this. And, it's not an art school. This is not an art course. And I have to put it into the sort of context of the lay public. And that's the moment that I realized artists are going to take over the world, because as I started to material, I didn't have to change anything. Artists make everything. Artists make the buildings that we live in. The industrial designers make everything. And, if you're talking about TV, film, video, fashion, fibers. So I honestly didn't have to change anything. So that's a great question that you asked. That really is, interesting that you asked that. And it really didn't change much. Instead of saying, you're going to present about your majors, it is sort of people present in more detail about their favorite object, or maybe they swap and look at a different object. Pottery, people do their bed, they do their mugs. I always say it has to have 5 materials or more, because if it's just some monomineralic thing, this piece of chalk, it's a little easy to do that. So yeah, that's a great question. And artists are going to take over the world.
I hope so.
Me too.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Jennifer. And thank you all. If anyone can think of any additional questions, put them in the chat. But if you think of something after this evening, feel free to email us, and we can put you in touch with Jennifer. Or if you have general questions about anything we went over tonight, precollege@tufts.edu is our email address. And you can also call us. And like I said, stop into our office. We love to see the faces of our aspiring students. But we really appreciate all of your thoughts and your energies and your questions tonight. And we look forward to seeing you on campus this summer.